Hi everyone, Aidan here with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Curt A25 fifth wheel hitch in combination with our Curt S25 slider system. This is going to be a full kit, which is going to be ideal for your truck beds shorter than 8 feet, but not recommended for anything shorter than 6 feet. So if you're in that range and you want a way to get some additional cab clearance from your truck while you're towing your fifth wheel, this is going to be a great system for you. Let's check it out. Now the big thing here is going to be the ease of use of the slider. This is more of a manual slider, so to get it to activate, you'll have to be outside the bed, come out to it, and unlatch the handle. There's a pin and clip that holds that handle in place and keeps it from being used, which can be a little bit tricky to pop off, but once you get that removed, you can take it to the side, grab the handle, and pull it towards you to unlatch the system. Now at this point, you get in your truck and start driving forward, and what happens is this is going to slide back 12 inches and it'll auto latch in place right here. At this point, you've got your better turning clearance, so if you need to back into a tight spot at the campsite, or we're just driving around and come across a tight turn where we don't have the clearance, we can get that with this. To get it back to the driving position is going to be the same process, pulling that handle out, and then when it slides back into position, it'll auto latch right back in, so you don't have to get out of the truck multiple times just to release this handle. Moving up to the fifth wheel itself, that's going to be a dual jaw system here in the center, so you're getting 360-degree contact around the kingpin for a very secure fit while towing, and that's all operated by the handle off to the side. That's held in place by a very similar style of pin and retaining clip, so if you need to remove that to operate the handle, you can, and this can be swapped out for a padlock too for additional security. That handle will pull out and back to open up the jaws, and then as you hook up to your trailer, those will snap into place for a strong, secure fit, and then you just come back to the handle where we could repin it and secure it with that retaining clip. Looking closer at the jaws of the fifth wheel, we can notice 2 Zerk fittings where you can apply grease and keep things moving smoothly over a long period of time. So something you probably saw while hooking up is all of the movement we have in the head here, and that's thanks to the torsion system. So we get full movement side to side, front to back, and even on the diagonals. So one, that makes it easier hooking up. If we're not fully and perfectly aligned with our trailer, the head can kind of flex to meet the kingpin where it's at. But then in addition to that, when we're driving down the road, that's going to act as shock absorption to make this ride a smoother quality and more quiet. I'll even pull the head out here to give you a better look at those bushings, removing the smaller pin and clip and the large one through the center. You can actually lift this whole head up out of that, and you can see those bushings on either side. That's going to help to dampen any noise and vibration. And then when removing this actually makes it a lot easier to get in and out of the truck bed because we're just separating more and more of these pieces to make the overall load lighter, but in more trips. On the side here, you'll notice that we've got multiple holes for mounting, which gives us plenty of height adjustment. We've got it in the very tallest position right now, which puts the head of the fifth wheel at a 21.5-inch height. That's from the bed to the top of the fifth wheel right here. And then it can go all the way down to 17.5 inches. That's going to be 4 inches of total adjustment range, and each of those holes is going to be in 1-inch intervals, so you should be able to match it up to your trailer and get a nice even ride. And on the slide bars down below for the slider and the rollers, we can apply grease down here to keep it operating smoothly over time too. I would recommend really keeping an eye on this to make sure any grease applied doesn't pick up too much dirt and debris and cause this to gunk up and become less smooth over time. As far as your weight capacity for the system goes, you're going to have a gross towing weight of 25,000 pounds and a vertical load limit of 6,250 pounds. So that's going to be able to handle quite a bit. Be sure to check your truck and make sure that you're going by the lowest rated component in your system though, but that's what the slider and hitch combo can handle. If you don't need all that weight capacity, you could consider checking out the S20 slider kits from Curt. Those are going to be pretty much the exact same, just with different fifth wheel heads and the S20 slider that are going to be a little bit more light duty, but still very well constructed and overall operating pretty much the exact same. The overall construction throughout the whole system is going to be a steel construction with a carbide black powder coat finish that's going to help it hold up to the elements over time. And there is a little bit of a noticeable difference where the slider has a bit more of a glossy finish and the fifth wheel here has a bit more of a matte finish, which, if anything, I'd prefer that to have a bit more of a matte finish to hide any scuffs a little bit more easily than a glossy finish. And then to keep the head looking nice for a long time, it also comes with this grease plate that you could apply or put onto your kingpin. It would slide in place here and act as a buffer between the pin box and the head of the fifth wheel here, just to keep it looking new for longer and act as a protective barrier. The whole thing does mount up to your industry standard rails in your truck bed. If you don't already have those, you should check out our website and find the right kit for you. But once you've got that in place, it just drops right in and secures with pins and clips in all four corners. Your kit does come with these rubber pads that will line up with the slotted holes on your industry standard rails. And it's going to act again as a protective barrier, keep rattling down to a minimum, and reduce the metal on metal contact throughout the whole thing. And that's really all there is to it. If you're in need of a slider system for your fifth wheel to help get that extra clearance from your cab, I think this is an excellent way to go. It's certainly well constructed. The grab handles on the slider base make it very easy to get in and out of the truck bed, especially with an extra set of hands. And then with how well this fifth wheel head breaks down into multiple pieces, that's going to make the process a lot more straightforward as well. I think with the handle on the side being easy to operate from outside the truck bed, that's going to be a huge help as well, especially when comparing it to B&W's system, where their slider handle doesn't move towards the outside of the bed, it actually moves front to back, making it a little harder to operate from outside the truck bed. But overall, that's going to do it for our look today at the Curt A25 fifth wheel hitch with the S25 slider base. Thanks for watching.